Today we'll be having a very Nigerian for a senior colleague with us today who will be telling us about the review of relevant literature techniques and purposeful publication. He's in the person of Dr. Solomon Ayodele
Oluyinka.
Oh, sorry, I've been looking for the name since Oluyinka. So sorry, sir. I only know the first two. Oluyinka, yes. He's an associate professor of management at the College of Business Administration and Accounting at Bailiwag University, and he's a PhD holder from my alma mater, so he's my senior colleague. Yes, and today he'll be telling us about he lectures on research methods, business policies, e-commerce, digital marketing, and a lot of management concepts. And today he'll be here sharing his wealth of knowledge with us. So I want us to give him our full attention as he gives us his time today. And if you want to ask a question, that will be after his session. And please endeavor to turn on your camera while you're asking the question. Thank you very much. Dr. Solomon, over to you, sir. You're on mute, sir.
All right. I'm very grateful with this opportunity, at least to see the face that I look like. To be sincere, I've been looking like a foreigner in most of my presentation, even though it's so impressive to be here anyway. And then I also appreciate the organizer. We're supposed to have done this for a long time, but I was very busy that time. That's why I couldn't join the group for a long time. But nevertheless, today we shall be discussing on relevant review, the techniques, how to do review, and the purposeful publication. One of the purpose of this program or this class or this training is to help ourselves how to graduate on time, particularly if we are studying in a school that is publication hungers. I call them hungers because they always want to publish. So allow me to introduce myself again. I still remain your Solomon. We are friends. And then currently I'm just a teacher in one university called Baluwag University in the Philippines. My email will be showing very soon. Please, can I share my screen? Okay. Am I sharing the screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. Let us cooperate with one another. I will not waste your time, but to give you the best of my own time. I'm trying to make it a bigger size. Okay, it's now size. This is my page 1. This is my university. And then my name is Solomon Ayodele Oluyinka. So let us move to slide number 2. The purpose of this is to make us very sound in research, especially if you are students, if you are graduates, undergraduates, whoever. The journey is all about publication at the end, why publication is very important. And I am very much aware that we all need publication. But before the publication, what do we need to do? That is the purpose here. Let us focus. To graduate is not a very difficult issue. One thing is we need to do our part before we can seek graduation on time and the publication as well. So in the slide number 2, it's my slide number 3.
So you can try Control L.
Control L. Okay, let me see what is Control L. Sorry.
So it will be full screen.
No, I don't want it to be full screen. That's what the problem. No, don't worry.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just anyway, are you seeing it like this?
Yes. All right.
I don't want to make it full screen. So one of the priority is what? If you want to make a high impact factor or you want to make your journal a quality one, first thing is self-develop confidence. You must have confidence in your own work first before you can say, I want quality publication. For example, I remember in 2013, when we want to publish my first scopus. Good enough, Dr. Wallace is here, is part of the author. So we will talk about that later. So if our intention is to publish, and then every student in Malaysia, as far as I am concerned, publication is normal. It's part of your graduation, which I know. So before you will think about your literature review, even the topic, we know that some of us have passed through this stage, but we need something relevant before you can consider the topic. After the topic, the literature review will take us to the conceptual framework. After the conceptual framework, that is when we will be talking about the hypothetical framework before we get to research findings. So let's take to the next one. Pre-objective. Some of us already submitted for proposal defense. That title we have as at now, that is not your title. We call it what? Working research topic, which is just a choice. It's not yet your full title. That topic can be modified anytime. I will have one video here to show before we proceed. Oh, unfortunately, I may not be able to show this video because I'm using the PDF type. In the video, it's about COVID-19. Not COVID-19 specifically, but it's a part of disease, something like that, like cholera. And then there was a researcher there looking for solution. That solution is more related to what we are doing. If you really want to do research, if it is not because it's a requirement, I need PhD. Don't let us feel like that. If you are feeling like I need PhD, then the belief to graduate on time might become a problem. We have passed through this stage already, which I know. We already have title, because your title is part of the research problem, where we will have example of academic performance in a higher school. Definition of the title. In the definition of the title, you need to consider the individual people that want to do your research work with. Who are going to be my respondents? This is what we should be considering when we are starting to write the report. Even if it's at the middle, you can still change your target audience. However, when we are starting to write, please, I will advise, even any stage you are, try to meet someone that can do the analysis. Very important. Most of the examiners, the professors, during proposal defense or final defense, they are always waiting at your analysis. And then before you get your analysis, what are the reviews that you have and the practice you have before your final conceptual framework performed. To the actual point that we are going, literature review. From title to the final, to the conclusion and recommendation, it is literature review. Believe me, whether you like it or not, literature review will continue to monitor your activities from the title to the final. For example, when you have your title, somebody have a related title. When you get to your introduction, you are going to introduce some people's work by critics or by support. That is why literature part is very, very crucial. We are familiar with this guy, Chris Well. This is the guy that I have identified with. This is the only textbook on research that I am using as my #1 reference. I don't have the latest edition, but there's a slight difference. Why we say literature review, when you are talking about your title, what review do we have? We review about the title. In stage #2, final review. This is where we are going, but I will show you later how to make a very good review to make your study more relevant. I know we are all used to this particular thing, specifying the purpose for the research, collecting data, analyzing and interpreting all still literature. When you are analyzing, before you analyze, you will make reference who have been using that particular method of analysis. And then when you are making your report in the final stage, you are still going to relate your result with what others have said. It's still part of literature review. So your literature review is a step-by-step that you don't need to forget. Who do I cited during my problem statement? Who are the people cited in the literature review, maybe chapter 2 or chapter 3? Who are those that specify related problems? And then data collection. What kind of data collection you want to use? Are you using those, the one in qualitative or the one in quantitative approach? So let's move to number 10. Number 10 is what I've explained already. But what is important in this section is this one. We are all doing copy-paste, everybody, including myself. But when we want to do it, let us have it in mind that you see that you criticize somebody's work, or you support, or you find the comparison from what people have been doing. That is what we are doing literature. That is where we are doing review, and this is my advice. Try to know the title, your working title, and then what are the literatures or study theory that is relevant to your study before you start writing to bring out the crucial points. The guideline when we are writing literature review. First and foremost, avoid temptation to include everything. Just like in my case, my thesis was about 360 something plus. I was having 7 chapters during my PhD. Everything, keep dumping. And then at the end of the day, I realized that I'm dumping the useless things after my proposal defense. It's not a bad thing. I will tell you, in UTHM, we normally have what you call a mock defense. I failed my first mock defense. Yes, I failed that. And that is when I realized that, yes, I am good during the final. because I was able to use that failure to shut myself up because I was doing it alone. My supervisor is not helping me as at that time. They are not even helping. Forget your supervisor sometimes. The only thing is this, monitor your supervisor to check your work. We will get to that later, maybe if we need advice. One of those things is this, before you will go further into reading, let's say this is an article, before you go inside the whole article, you try to go to the abstract. The abstract is always 300 maximum or 350. I've not seen abstract of 400, but I used to see 300, 100, something like that. So just try to go through the abstract when you are starting to review. Define the topic very well as one of your objectives. Whenever you want to search, use your topic to search. We will get there later also. Indicate your thoughts. I want to support or I want to be against. I want to agree or I want to disagree. That is what they will be looking for under the literature review. The professors will be asking you, what is the link? What is the flow? It's not flowing. It's not like that. It's because we did not indicate where we want to stay, support or not. And then when we want to criticize also, criticize clearly that I am criticizing this guy. When I was doing my own model, I criticized some model and I supported some model and I came up with my own model. If we have a planned time, you don't need to have review in hurry if you already plan your time. Do not rely on secondary source too much. Do not concentrate only on journals finding. You can still use newspaper. You can read it online if you cannot get it newspaper hard copy. I will move to the next stage. There you are. This is the stage we have. I don't know. Please, are we all using Google Scholar to look for articles? Anyone here? Please give me chat box like, okay, yes or no. If you are using Google Scholar during your review or just Google. There is difference between Google Scholar and Google. Yes, we are. Okay. Okay. If you are using Google Scholar, that means you are good already in searching. If you are using Google Scholar. Because in Google Scholar, once you have the title, you can go to the Google Scholar and look for more references. From that particular one, you can get a particular topic which you can use to make search in the school library. Because there are some articles in Google Scholar is closed. You cannot access. So once you have the title of that particular article, you can use your university online library. I'm sure people in UTM really enjoying this because I enjoy that as well. Even up to now, when I need to download documents, I will contact people from UTM or UTHF to help me. I'm not sure if we are all familiar with the snowballing. I'm not sure. But this is very good also. I will explain little how we use snowballing. Once you have your article downloaded under snowballing approach, you will go to the last page. I know you know the last page. What do we have in the last page? The reference. That is what we have in the last page. So in the reference page, thank you, sir. In the last page or towards the last page is the reference pages. So in that reference pages, in the snowball approach, you will look for 4 or 5 articles that really, really relevant to your study. That's a snowballing approach. Then from that relevance, from those 4, you will download those 4 articles again. Are you getting me? From those 4 articles, you will get 444 from those articles. It depends on your choice. Before you know it, you will have about 16 related articles to your subject or to the objective of your study. So from there, you will be checking what method the 16 article used. Relevant 16 articles gotten from snowball approach from the reference page. I am doing that always as well. Once I have a very good article, maybe the article is 2021, maybe from Elsevier, Springer, then I will look for the references they make use. I will look at what model did they use, what theory. That is what is called snowballing. Getting reference related to your study from the first group of articles you have. You can try it also if you have your articles around. Please, guys, do not rely on online business only, like I want to do everything online. Try to have some hard copy. Hard copy will help, and try to write. When we write, we don't forget. I can still remember when I'm living with Dr. Wallace, we live together and we study together, we play together, we do everything together. All our room is full of design. We write on the wall there. We have board, we have papers, we have printers to print. So if you are really there, you want to finish it on time, my brother, do some printing and do some hand work. Because the more you write in literature review, the more it goes into your brain. Then, this one, you can look for latest thesis. One of my secrets is this: before I graduated, after my master, all the people that advised me, they are my godfather, they are here, like Dr. Dodo is here, is my godfather. He was the one that advised me, hey, you go to this school. Meanwhile, these related dissertations we are talking about, once you know your topic, maybe you want to continue from the master, then look for the PhD. During my program, I was using one of the dean in UTM, the thesis of the dean, Dr. Khalid is a professor now, Professor Khalid. I was using his work to do my own PhD work. His thesis was 2013, or 2006 or something like that. Then I was using that one as my guide. I got another one from one Iranian student, 2013, making 2 theses. Amen. Making 2 theses. My 3rd thesis is from a Yemeni guy. So you see, I have 3 related theses, which is the same thing like you taking article. In this snowball is articles. Snowballing is articles. Why in the thesis is a whole thesis. You can go to UTM library, UTHM library, and then look for those theses related to your own. You can go to American library, anywhere. If your case is Nigerian case, I will recommend you go to India, get Indian thesis. their case is similar to Nigerian issues. Go to Indian online library, get some of their thesis. If you are doing architect or building and all those things too, you can try those people, you can try those thesis, you can try Dr. Wallace's thesis or for recommendation. If you are in management, you can ask me. That is why we are here. Seriously, if you ask, you will get it done. Don't keep quiet. That is part of literature also. Don't keep quiet. It's part of literature. Open your mind, yourself. What kind of analysis you are seeing in those articles? Is it qualitative or quantitative or mixed method? Those are the things you will be looking for. And then, believe me, take the one that you know very well. Thesis writing or PhD work, nobody's work, it's your work. So don't let anybody impose thesis on you. When they impose on us, that's when we don't finish on time. I have some friends that their thesis were imposed on them and they cannot graduate on time until he went back after wasting so many years. After wasting so many years because they imposed something to him and he doesn't know it. That is not his work. So if you are in that situation now, you can still take reverse and complain that you don't know that work. Can you be allowed to do your work? Please. They are not the one that will pay your school fee. It's you that will pay. After imposing thesis on me, then I will still be paying thesis that I don't understand. So guys, I'm advising you, you get related citation, maybe even if it's Olorun Adako, fine, plagiarism check, will check your Olorun Adakos. Sorry, I'm speaking Yoruba, I'm talking about copy paste. When you copy, don't worry, keep copying. You will do the plagiarism check and then you will finalize your work by yourself. I pity some of our friends that did not graduate on time and they wasted 3 years. They start all over again from somewhere else due to accepting. What is the result of our reviews? We are doing thesis already. After your review, what is the next thing do you think you need to know? The next thing is this. Your framework will come up. After your review. If you are reviewing and then you cannot really generate a framework, your review is not yet done. After using all this approach, after using all this four, and then you cannot generate your own framework, that means your review, your literature review is not yet done. I can still remember during my review, I know how many models that I have in my room. So guys, I am advising you, my brother, my sister, follow this approach gradually. Make use of these four methods. If you still have any reason to contact me, I am always available. I will drop my WhatsApp number. Meanwhile, my email is Solomon467. My Facebook, just Trace Wallace, you will catch me. Trace Dr. Wallace, trace Dr. Dudu. You can even trace Ma'am Doyin also. They will get me. So all these things, I am willing to help my fellow brothers. I've helped a lot of people here. So that is one of the reasons why I said, no, I need to do this thing with my fellow brothers and sisters. So please grab it. Sometimes you need to use fire for fire. If not, you will be delayed. So the result should be able to give you something. If you don't have this kind of result, or something like, even if it is qualitative, that you don't need model like that, but at least you will have some objective. If you don't have hypothesis, there will be objective of the study. So your objectives will already be showing after your literature review. Sometimes after your literature review, you may discover that your title needs to be changed by yourself without anybody telling you. So this is a conceptual framework, an example only. After my own review, I am reviewing about the use of Canvas. It's an online management system that they are using here in the Philippines. I'm sure they use it all over the world also. So I'm trying to see if they use it here or not. So what model I'm using? I use Utaut model, and these are the factors of Utaut. Only few, not all. And then I introduce another thing that was not found in the Utaut. This is how to do research. This is the literature outcome. I criticize those, I supported this four from Utaut, Bentekis 2003. And I supported this 3 from Roger 2003 as well. So I'm combining those ones to find the relationship. So that is the outcome of my literature review. It's not that I'm just coming up to bring a model. Similarly, in this Philippines here, there were some of, during the COVID, they do review what kind of system can we use to train our students. One of the things is they want to find the behavioral intention during this new normal that was then. So these are the suggestions where the literature review came up, and then this is what they came up with, these 4 approaches. I am using them because these are the first institution to discover way forward during the COVID. This school was one of the first, and I'm happy I am part of them. So this is the model we came up with during that time. This is the old model that people normally use. We used to say that the old is golden. We don't forget that one, but not always. New generation is fashionable. And that's why we are here. We are using new generation. So this is another model. If I withdraw this model, it's not going to be like this. I will draw my own in a different manner, that the demographic is influenced by this, This will be the factors, indicators. So this is example of a framework. What did they want to investigate? This will be the dependent variable. So if your review is not giving you an understandable framework, we need to go back. You need to consult a statistician or someone that is good in structural equation modeling, or someone that is good in the use of NVivo if your study is quality research, where they are using talk with NVivo. So you can consult them so that they will develop your review to a framework. Do not proceed from your literature review. I am advising, sir, ma'am, do not proceed from your literature review without consulting your statistician or someone that is guiding you in your analysis. This is going to cause a great failure if you are not aligning your literature review, your conceptual framework with what will happen in your analysis. And then before you talk of your analysis, meet your advisor who is going to do your analysis for you. In short, if it is possible, if you have not submitted for defense or for proposal defense, meet your statistician, the one that is going to help you in your analysis. So what are we talking about? During the literature review, you will be able to have some indicators. These ones are just indicators. Maybe in the future, when we have more time, we can talk about all these indicators, because I myself, Dr. Wallace, as far as I know, our major is what? Structural modeling. It's modeling in BIM. It's in building information modeling, while I am in management, banking, and all those things, modeling. So they will know how to guide you in case of quantitative. In case of qualitative, we also know who we can recommend to guide you to graduate on time. Somebody like Dr. Ajagbi, I don't know if it is here, although if you are dealing with people, you need to come down for people that want to help you. We are all different. Not everybody is easy, but if you are looking for something, you need to cool down and get it and give respect to that person. So in your literature review also, let's say you discover a certain factor. So what are the things that people mention in the factors? I will tell you some likely conflict you may have with your supervisor. In my case, I have conflict with my supervisor. My supervisor said that trust is affected by attitude. That is, trust will affect attitude. I want to speak Tagalog to you. Meanwhile, I discovered that there are some studies says that attitude is the one that will affect trust. So you can see that one now. I have to stick to my own decision, even when my supervisor is asking me to change. I did not argue. I only argue with my literature review. I just printed out all those articles that says attitude will affect trust. You see the importance of literature review. After giving her that one, she kept quiet, and then she never disturbed me again about that. So your literature review is a proof. Sincerely speaking, my literature review also saved me to graduate. My graduation is like a miracle. The man already failed me. The man gave me 6 months. But after presenting my literature review, the man said, don't worry, I will go and check. And then he went back. After 2 weeks, he called the school. Let Solomon graduate. You see, that is the power of literature review. I reviewed and I kept all those things, and I make reference to them during my defense, even he did not agree with me. He even went out. That we Nigerians, we are always manipulating results. He started insulting us, but I agreed with him that time. All I just focus is my literature review. This is what literature review says. I even have a video. I played him a video why and when those things are used. So please, you can defend yourself as long as you know what you have in your literature review. And that is why even he went home with anger. After 2 weeks, Dr. Dodo knows the story. After 2 weeks, the man called my supervisor and said, let Solomon graduate. So I am happy to share with you this because you will also have it that, yes, I can defend myself with my literature review. Believe me, you are the one doing it yourself. Don't allow them to do it for you. You can listen to them. Don't argue because it's your supervisor. He has the pen to destroy also. So you don't argue. Just bring your literature. Mom, this is what I found. Or sir, this is what I found in the literature review. Nobody will argue with it because it's published. especially if you are using Scopus to argue. You publish Scopus article. Now, let us now go to publication. I will make this one very fast. How do we publish? Because nowadays, you cannot graduate without publication. During our time, you cannot get scholarship without Scopus publication. That was the rule for us. And then that time, Nigerians, you know now, with the grapper, once they say you publish Scopus, then you will get scholarship. Bam, first semester, somebody don't publish, you get the scholarship. So now, after we use all this time getting the literature, minimum of 3 semesters, 1 year plus, before you can do the defense. What do you want? You want to waste this effort, or you want to keep it in a journal? Choice is yours. Look at this video. I believe you are all seeing this. This is what I call waste. And the person that posted this one, they said that they did not value it at the end after giving them a lot of stress. Do your thesis, blah, 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 blah. See the end. The student lamenting and crying. So what the way out, this is waste. Then the way out, this is the way out. Look for where to keep it. Publication in Scopus with high impact factor. It's not necessarily high impact factor. When we are looking for high impact factor that time, Academic Journal of Management that time, me and Dr. Wallace in 2012, it was very serious. We are looking for it. Yeah, even it's high impact factor. We don't even know the meaning, but we want to get it. So this is to tell you that you can get your publication within this group of people. 1.4 billion, and this is old reference. I know it's more than that now, because this slide I'm presenting to you, it was a slide of 2021, or 2020. So I know that it's more than this amount now. And then we have publishers, more than 5,000. So how do we now get it done with these people? You can target Springer link. Look for their journal. Get the journal name. Don't wait for anybody. I remember during my time, I am searching for journals related to internet banking. I am searching for journals related to what? Technology acceptance. Another one is this. This is the first journal that accepted my work, Scopus, in the science in 2013. It wasn't easy, yes. But how can we get it done? We're going to talk about that one in the next 10 minutes. Emirate. I don't know about this before until when I started pursuing Scopus. I'm sure Dr. Wallace and others here, you have 1 or 2 publications with this publisher. In the Philippines, this is a journal that it's a challenge that if you are not having publication here, it's like you are not strong enough in research. It was true. 2019, I submitted. I was bounced back. It's okay. Never give up. 2020, I submitted again. And I got it. So another thing is your determination, which I call self-confidence. If my work is already good, sure, I will get it published. This is a Q2 Scopus journal, highly respected journal here. Father of all, I have publication with Elsevier also, but it's a long time. It's just determination. Serious. If you have done your literature review very well, you have done the analysis very well, don't worry. Keep trying all those journals. Give it an allowance of 6 months minimum. Plan as long as during my time, when I completed my literature review, I submitted to journal. I will advise you, if you have submitted for your proposal defense, extract your review, send it to journal, or present it in any conference that is with Scopus. That's another idea. Conference with Scopus. Listen carefully. There is a clause there. When they say all accepted paper will be, all selected paper will be published in Scopus, don't go for that kind of conference. When they use the word selected paper, don't go there. But when they say all accepted paper will be published in Scopus, grab that one. Hello, if you are there, please grab that idea. Selected paper will be published in Scopus, ignore them. But all accepted paper will be published in Scopus, accept that one. That is why I have some publication. Now the question is, are we ready? Some of us, we are taking a title that is not relevant. If you are using a title, you are working on a title that is not relevant recently, you need to corner your title, corner it to what is happening right now. Now, everything is about COVID. Now COVID is fading away. Then the question is, what lesson COVID-19 dropped? So the case is going to be what happened after COVID. If the literature is not talking about what happening after COVID, or the effect of COVID on literature review is also part of research work. So if you are ready, these are the areas that you can easily get acceptance. Sure thing. If you are not relating your work to technology acceptance, maybe publication may be somehow a little bit hard. Maybe you are not talking about e-learning, which is what is happening now. What we are doing now is e-learning. So then, this were media. What are you doing in your professional? Like some subject that is talking about working online. What are the stress? Then collaborative learning. This is what I'm planning to do. We stop it. I want to collaborate Dr. Waller's student and my student work. We want to check how we can collaborate together. But unfortunately, we are unable to go through because the country is advanced country, while my country is underdeveloped country. So the factors cannot work together. Let's move to the next slide. Ideally, if you are not willing to publish, then you cannot be publisher. You cannot advance. One thing is this. Why do you want to publish? It's because you want to share your results. We want to share the theory that we have tested. Publication is knowledge sharing. Then sometimes we are doing it for recognition and promotion. Sometimes many people now, I'm still praying God should bless me. Whenever they see my CV, oh, wow, you have so many publications. Yes, it's true. But let God bless it. That is another fact. Whatever we are doing also, please invite God. Getting the quality publication, what are the things you need to look for? Even if it is 0.1, is 0.1 impact, it's okay, grab it. If it is Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 is the least, go for the Q4. Not necessary you are looking for Scopus with Q1, Q2. You go kill yourself. Oh. I was trying to kill myself and Dr. Wallace that time. We are looking for journal with high impact of 7 in matching. You see, say we don't pass our boundary. 7 points. Well, not 0.07, it's 7 points, close to 10. We are bounced back after wasting 8 months of waiting for acceptance. This is the problem why we are all having predatory journals nowadays, predatory publication. My advice, if you want to have a quality publication, you start now. You submitted for proposal defense, or you are preparing to submit for proposal defense. As you are preparing for submission for proposal defense, you start to prepare submission for publication. Do you grab it? When you are preparing for proposal defense, or you have submitted for proposal defense and you are waiting, man, send your review to publications. While you are waiting, maybe you have been waiting for 2 months, 3 months, let that 2 months, 3 months be like I am waiting for Scopus acceptance. Before my defense, I've already published about 6 parts of my work, 3 Scopus, 3 non-Scopus. Before my defense. It's time, at least 8 months or 6 months minimum, prepare it, or join the conference with what? Scopus publication. Not selected, all accepted paper. That's another idea that I used to get. Taylor and Francis publication. It was through conference with Scopus publication. And then Taylor and Francis journal published my work. Now, how can we escape predatory journals? I have it. My first publication, 2012, is predatory. It's okay. But I replace it with what? Scopus. You see? So it's better you know how. We all know how to use Google. Please just put this one in the Google, drop it, click that one, and then what is the name of the journal you are trying? Put this is my journal. And then this journal, you will put it in that search of Schemago. If it is Scopus, you will see it there with the Q1 or Q2, the reference will be there. Another journal that you can still remember, just know the name of the journal, put it in that Schemago. Or you go to Scopus itself, put it in Scopus, but sometimes it will be there in Scopus, but questionable. So my search is always with these 3 search. Search number 1, I will put this one into Schemago. If it is there, good for me. I will go to Scopus. I will put it there also, search. If it is there, good for me. Then I will go to predatory list and check if the journal is not listed there. I know you can all do this one. We all know how to use that. This is my production so far. Those that I printed in yellow, that is how I made it. I use this approach to know. You can try it later. You can screenshot or you can Google it now. This Schemago of a thing. Scopus www.com. Then the journal that you think of, you will see there. Anyone trying? Hello?
Yes,
Anybody,
sir.
anyone trying it?
Yes, sir.
Ah, that's good. Any findings? Did you notice any journal that result? Ma'am, are you trying it? Or you are aware of it before? What about the Scopus? All right. So for the benefit of those who are not using it before, we can contribute not only by publications. Of course, you can contribute even if the paper is not Scopus. Even in the library, you are contributing. The thesis we submit, the one we are sharing now, is part of our work. So it's not only publication we can contribute. We can contribute our findings in our community. So it's not only when we publish, but for the academic people, it is better you publish it. If not, it's going to be waste. Before you graduate in university or polytechnic, yes, Dr. Dodo is giving us summary. Please, everyone, you can read it there. Okay, another thing that can help, try to create your own, to have Scopus account. This is another thing that made me a different person. Even many people that we are working together, they don't have. This is my, I have 14 Scopus so far. How did I do it? Is I joined the Scopus account and I register, and sometimes I will communicate with them. Maybe I saw a journal that I'm afraid. They will talk to me, "Hey, bro, don't publish there. It's not good. It's on red color," something like that. So this is advisable you join. And some journal now, they are asking for OSAID. This is the OSAID account. It's linked to Scopus as well. Okay, this is the techniques that we are talking about. This is how the schema will look like. My brother, my sister, just look at this one, grab it. Before you publish in any journal, try and check the schema go. It's not a bad thing. And then we also have WOOS, Web of Science, the same approach. You can make your own number 4. I'm not using Web of Science as such, but this 3 is enough for me to confirm. Schema go, Scopus, and then predatory list. Then I am safe. Okay. This is the Scopus account. How to do it? This is the journal title. Once you go there, you will go to the source. The first thing, once you open, you go to the source. After the source, this is the source. Then the title of the journal here. If you want to use ISSN, it's also okay. But this is the techniques to be safe from predatory. In my Facebook account, many are contacting me about this predatory. I'm always saving many people. Those Indians, they have dominated the world with publishing our work in a predatory journal. Last few months, I was saved with my techniques. I was introduced to one journal like that, Physiology of School of something like that. I cannot remember. So I quickly do the 3 testing. When I check Schemago, when they send the link, I check Schemago, the paper was not there, the journal was not there. I check Scopus, the paper was there. Wow. Now I'm confused. I check predatory list, it wasn't there. So Two okay, one not okay. I began to be curious. Why not in Skimago? Then I communicate with Scopus direct. I message them, giving the name of the journal, the ISSN number of the journal, and then the information received in Scopus itself. And then they came back to tell me that that particular journal is under investigation. Advised not to publish there now. See? So that is the techniques. If I've published there now, maybe by now my leg will be shaking. So I quickly communicate the editor, please don't publish my work because I have the acceptance. I even fill up the the copyright. So please do those 3 check-ins in case you have intention or any suggested journal they are asking you to publish. This is the Bailey list. It's very good also. I lost one job in Sarawak, 2018. Maybe if you have that idea now, when you are preparing your CV and then you are preparing for an academic purpose, remove those predatory journals if you have them in your CV before you submit. Before you submit your CV for job, where you are looking for job, delete those predatory journals from your work. Even if it is just only one scopus you have left, leave it there. When they communicate me, they say they are sorry that I am publishing in scope. I'm publishing in predatory. I think it's in Sarawak. It's a Sarawak University like that. So I cannot get that job because I have predatory. Out of 13, I have 5 as predatory, and yet they did not give me the job. So be careful. That's an advice. So this is the road. If you really want to publish, look at the road. Determination first. Get the tools ready, brother. If you are in Nigeria, get ready to buy generator, gas, petrol, diesel, and then your internet. That is where you can survive it. Then a meaningful topic that can cash. Topic that is already part of the topic you are presenting. If you don't know how to do statistic, if you are not a statistician, then hire one to help you do your analysis. And be careful when you are hiring also. Hire the statistician that will explain to you how to do it. Then when you are collaborating, it is not necessary that everybody should be your supervisor. You tell your supervisor, I have someone that has been consulting, that has been helping. During that time, when I want to publish my work, it was through Dr. Wallace, Dr. Tunde Ajagbe. I put them in that paper and I told my supervisor, these are the people that made it for me in 2013, and their name was there. And then, okay, maybe I should show you from somewhere here. If you look at it here, these are the 2 guys there. You see them? This is my supervisor that time. This is Ajagbe's supervisor. If you are looking at it. So collaborate, let's move on. Look for people with the same interest with you. That is when you can move. People that can really give you time, attention. Although that time, Dr. Wallace's attention is, you need to follow up. It's always busy. So I'm always waiting for him at home. So you need to look for people that will help you move forward. Then during your literature review, avoid plagiarism. Most of the publication, the journals nowadays, they want your plagiarism check to be below 20. If you are writing and then your plagiarism check, you are not checking it yourself, then you might not have it done. Look for journal that is related to your field. You are in biology, then you want to be publishing in management. That means you are in the wrong lane. When you are submitting, follow the author's guide very well. Some people, some of them will tell you we want 14 style, we want the APA. Some will tell you we want American style. It depends. So you need to look at what they are doing before you will submit. Probably I did not put it here. You can contact the editor also. Most of the editors, I have a relationship with them nowadays. Before I will do it, I will contact the publisher, the editor. If the editor is not replying me, there's something is wrong. If editor is not replying you, something is wrong. That is how I detect one journal like that, that is a fake journal. It's a clone journal. It's a Chinese journal like that. So I tried to talk to the editor. There was no reply. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then someone that introduced me still asking me to go ahead. And I said, no. This is for those professors here. Before they will give you a position. Even now, it's no longer like that anymore. Even before you graduate for your PhD defense, you need to do something. What is that? Publication. That is the food in Malaysia. No publication, no graduation. Okay, for my reference, these are the places that I got it from Google, from Scopus, from LinkedIn. These are my references. So I will say from here, thank you so much for listening to the advice, because I will not say it's a teaching because we are familiar with this. And then time for question now. I think I am done.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You really grabbed a lot of things, especially the one about removing the predatory material from your CV. I didn't know it was that serious. So I think that's like one of the things I learned today.
Yes.
So we'll be going to the question. We'll be going to the question and answer section. Please, if you want to ask Dr. Solomon a question.
All right, go ahead. I am reading from Dr. Dudu's comment here.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. If you have questions, just raise your hand in the identify by raising your hand, and don't forget to turn on your camera so that we can be organized.